importance of setting goals in your creative business. So, hi, welcome. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been working with several of my clients on goal setting. This is often one of the topics I like to cover in the early sessions with new clients to ascertain their hopes and dreams for their business. And then also as something we discuss at the end of our time together so that they can move forward with a really well-crafted plan for achieving their next steps and goals in their businesses. And it's important to note that success can take many forms and everyone's vision of what that means for them will be different. So, for example, not everyone wants to scale their business to have employees, not everyone wants to teach or have online platforms, and so on. So today I thought I would cover how to approach it for yourself, your own unique business, and some great ways that you can identify, set and achieve your business goals. So goals can take many forms. They might be skill-based. So for example, at the moment I'm learning all about writing and SEO, doing a certification course to help me there. So for example, the goal there might be to get to page 1 on Google for my top search terms. Your goal might be financial. It might be reaching an aspirational income goal. And, it's really important to say, yes, I do actually want more money. I want to be able to have more choices in my business and my life, and money will enable me to do that. It could be selling your products wholesale. It could be branching out into your own bricks and mortar store, having an online shop, being able to get an employee to help you with admin. All of those kind of things can be goals, and they're all of differing sizes and differing sort of methods of how you're going to get there and how much investment both in money and time that will take. So goals might be also recognition focused. So it could be winning an award, getting local or national press opportunities, being invited to speak on your niche on a high profile platform like a world conference. It might be national TV, news segments, radio, a TED Talk, podcast. There are many, many ways that you might want to see your business getting seen by more people. Your goals might also be personal. For example, it could be being able to help or support a cause or belief of yours through charity work or activism that you wouldn't have previously been able to do without your business achieving a certain notoriety or status within your community. It could be writing a book or being part of a TV programme, being invited to exhibit at shows. It could be branching out into teaching others what your skills are with an online course, a membership programme or workshops. These might have dual goals, both for income but also for satisfaction of bringing your skills to a wider audience and enjoying the rewards of teaching. So you can see there are many, many ways by which we value our work, and this is often tied up in the way that we want to be seen and how we can use our voice to further our causes, whether it's external for others or simply for ourselves. And by setting goals, we can make sure that we actually achieve those aims. So I want to talk a little bit about mindset around goal setting in general. And now some of the things that I've mentioned might seem completely achievable and quite doable within a few weeks or months. Others to you might seem right now completely out of reach, especially if your business journey has only just begun. So there's that old adage of, never comparing your beginning to somebody else's middle or end. So I always recommend ordering your goals into steps. So for example, goals that are more immediate, like I want to achieve this week, this month, to ones that are more long term, like year 1, year 2, year 3, year 5, and so on. So that way you can put plans in place that allow you to put realistic measures in place to achieve your goals in a way that is truly achievable. So let's look at how we define your goals and then put a plan of action together that ensures you stay the course, that you stay on track, and that there really are goals that you strive for, not just dreams that never materialise. So if you spent any time in the corporate world, then you will undoubtedly have come across the SMART system for goal setting. So if we run through them one by one, and I can give you some examples so that it helps you to provide a structure for your own goal setting. So S is for specific. What do you specifically want to accomplish? An example of this might be, for example, to create a sellout online course. M is for measurable. So how will I know when this goal has been accomplished? When can I tick it off my list and move on to the next goals that I've set for myself? And if we're using the online course goal example, this might be, say, selling 50 places on the online course in year 1. So you see how it's very, very specific. And by being specific, this will allow you to put measures in place that will make sure that you get there. So next is A for achievable. How will you accomplish this goal? For example, again, if we're using the online course example, I will do my market research on my online course idea. So I will do all of the research, the market research that I need to ensure that the topic of the online course and how I want to deliver it is something that people actually want. Then I will need to create the audience to build that. I will need to create the course content. I will need to create a marketing plan for it. And I will need to maybe assign an ad budget. So this is really getting to the nitty-gritty of exactly how you're going to do it. What is the strategy for how you're going to achieve this goal? R is then for relevance. Does this seem worthwhile within the context of my business and my life? So you need to be really honest with yourself and ask yourself the hard questions. Yes, so if you're again using that online course example, so financially it will allow me to create more income. I will have to spend less time doing in-person workshops perhaps that give me back time with my family. It will diversify my income, so it will insulate me from other market pressures to a certain extent. By doing an online course, it will establish me as a go-to person within my niche. And it makes me feel good helping other people learn some of the skills that I've learned. So you can see how you can assign relevancy and ensure that something is really, really purposeful and that has meaning and context within the idea of your whole business. So the next letter is T, and that is for time bound. When will I make this happen? So every goal needs to have a time limit set to it so that you can strive towards it and that you don't procrastinate, you don't go off track with other ideas. So take a really good look at your calendar. How long is it going to take, for example, again, to do that research on that online course? How long will it take you to actually create the course? How will you get the IT in place to deliver it? Do you need to pay for extra services for that, to learn how to do it yourself or to pay somebody else to put it together for you? Do you need to pay for ads? Do you need to get the first students onto the course to get testimonials that will help you sell the course? So you need to make sure that you set a realistic goal for launch that means that you can achieve all of those actions so that you do actually see it through. It can really help to write down at this stage a really full strategy that encompasses designing your goal, the strategy you will employ to ensure it happens, and the individual actions you will need to take and when to keep it on course to success. So you need to identify any gaps in your knowledge, where you need to ask for help or whether you need to pay for advice or for expert opinion. So for example, again with the online course example, perhaps you are going to need to pay somebody to build you a platform to put your course onto. Perhaps you are going to need to purchase a membership on a teaching platform like Teachable or Skillshare. Perhaps you need help building ads, knowing how much to spend on ads to get the return, how to create those ads, for example. So whether that might be Facebook, Instagram, whether you're going to be talking about Google ads, whatever it might be. So what marketing activities do you need to do to ensure that you will meet your goals and so on? So I'm just going to recap very quickly then. So it's the SMART system. So S is for specific, M is for measurable, A is for achievable, R is for relevant, and T is for time bound. And by employing this approach in the small first steps in your business, you're going to learn how to get to the bigger ones. It's the exact same approach, it's just having different goals. You drive the direction of your business rather than it driving you. And often, if we don't set goals, what happens is that our business gets a little bit out of control. We spend all of our time working in it rather than working on it and setting goals. And thinking about what we actually want to be doing as business owners. And it's very, very easy for you to suddenly wake up one day, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years into your business and go, do you know what, I'm spending 50% of my time doing things that I don't really enjoy because it's just happened that way. Whereas if you're setting goals, you're kind of really avoiding that whole pitfall. You know, you're making sure that your very first dreams that you ever had when you first decided to start up your business, that those dreams really are becoming goals and that they are going to be achievable for you. You are going to get there. So, you know, use those small initial goals as building blocks for those bigger ones. It really is a ladder and not just a lane to stay in. And by goal setting, it allows you to take each step at a time that suits you, that you can plan for and that you can assign budget to. And that just means that you are much more aware of how much you may be wanting to save over sort of paying yourself, how much money you want to reinvest in the business, how much money you want to spend on learning new skills yourself, and so on. So goal setting really is one of those things that can provide the whole structure for the way that you run your business, for the way that you market your business, and for the way that you enjoy your business, which ultimately is the most important thing. If you are running your own business, your own creative business, then you know you're doing it because you've found a passion and a love for something, and by goal setting you can ensure that that love and that passion remains. So I'm going to leave it there for today. If you do buy my book at the moment and you want to come over into the Facebook group, I'm giving some really good sort of one-to-one advice there about not just goal setting but all aspects of your business, and you can ask me anything there. So it's just $4.99, so you can hop over, grab the book and hopefully get well on your way to setting all those really important goals. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there and thank you for listening, and I will see you in a